So 2 days ago, something happened to me that I was so excited for, that I was really looking forward to. 2 days ago was the last exam of this semester, and so now I'm done. I'm done with the semester, right? And the whole exam period for like the past few weeks, I couldn't help but thinking like, oh man, I can't wait. I can't wait till my exams are done. I can't wait till the 15th of November when my exams are finally done and I can focus more on my fitness, focus more on doing my own stuff, you know, focus more on my own life. Can't wait for this pain to be over. And bro, my exams finished a couple days ago. How do you think I felt? Do you think I finished my last exam and I was like, let's go! And I was so happy for like many days and my life was completely changed and I was finally happy? No. Like, okay, maybe for 30 minutes I was hyped and I was so excited. Maybe even for a couple hours. But here I am, a few days later, and my mind's focused on the next problem, the next thing I'm worried about. So maybe you're thinking like, oh yeah, when this thing happens, when my exams are over, when this job is over, then I can be happy. When I finally get a girlfriend, then I can be happy. You might be thinking, when some future event takes place, that's when I can be happy. But bro, deep down you know, when that event happens, sure you'll be happy for a little bit, but then you'll be back to reality. Your mind will be back focusing onto the next problem, and then the next problem, and then the next problem. It will never end. Life is like this treadmill of problems that just keep coming. You know, when you reach a goal that you really are excited for, like you finally finish that exam, or you finally get a girlfriend after trying for so long, or you finally hit 100 subscribers, I don't know. When you finally achieve that goal, you finally get jacked or something, you might think, oh man, that'll make me so happy. I'll never complain again. Like I used to think like, once I get a girlfriend, bro, because I used to be like alone and like a virgin for such a long time. And I was like, oh man, once I get a girlfriend, then I'll be happy. Then I'll never complain again, bro. My life will be complete. And do you think that happened? No, I got a girlfriend and then I was on to the next problem. So when you reach some kind of goal or you overcome some kind of like period in your life, that moment when you're done, it's like a shot of heroin. You feel good for like a day, couple days maybe, but then you're back to your reality, back to your old self. And you're like, okay, I spent the whole exam season hating myself, you know, wanting this to be over, being in pain, just for like a day of happiness. It doesn't seem like that at the time. You're like, oh no, but like the period when my exams are done, that's when I'll be happy. But you won't. You'll just feel really good for like a day, and then you're on to the next problem. So you got to ask yourself this question when you're in that scenario. Can you do anything about it? When you're in the exam scenario, can you just like drop the exams and focus on something else? You can't, right? So you just have to accept the circumstance and live it as fully as you can. Now, easier said than done. Like, I know it might sound like really wishy-washy, like, oh yeah, just believe in yourself, bro, just have positive thoughts. Like, this might seem like some kind of wishy-washy positive thinking, right? Like, oh yeah, just pretend to enjoy your exams or whatever. But I'm saying that once this period is over, your life's not going to get any better. So what are you waiting for? You know, you may as well embrace this moment and enjoy it. Because a lot of your enjoyment of the present moment, of the activity that you're doing, is to do with the story you're telling yourself. If you're telling yourself like, oh, I hate this, it sucks, I want this to be over, it's just going to make your enjoyment of the activity worse. Because they did a study, right? So basically what they did is they found out when are people happiest in the day. And they found that actually most people are happiest at work. Even if they hate their work, they're actually happiest at work. And why is that? It's because when you're working, you enter a flow state. You have no thoughts in your mind. And when you have no thoughts in your mind, you can't think of how miserable your circumstance is. So according to psychology, when you're in a flow state, that's when you're happiest. So right now it might seem like, oh, this exam period sucks and everything. Or like, oh, this circumstance sucks. But it only sucks when you're thinking about it. When you're actually like studying, or you're like not focused on the girlfriend that you don't have, you're in a flow state, you're essentially not thinking about the problem. So you may as well just stop thinking negatively about it and hating your circumstance. You may as well embrace it. You might think like, oh, but no, bro, this essay seriously sucks. I hate sitting down and writing it. Like, it's painful. I don't want to do this. But When you enter a flow state and when you're actually writing and typing away, you can't think about how much it sucks. You're just in the moment enjoying it. Now, okay, I don't want to bring up this example, but like the biggest problem in your life could be like writing that essay, right? Or not having a girlfriend. There are millions of people in the world who would love to switch their biggest problem at the moment with yours. Like maybe there's a kid who got some seriously bad news about his family or something, like pretty dark, but you know, there are people out there who that's the biggest problem in their life right now. Any day they would switch their problems with you. So actually, the problem in your life that you think really sucks and is really horrible, it's actually a problem that you can be grateful for. Like you can be grateful that this is the biggest problem in your life right now. Because like for most of human history, right, the biggest problem people had to face was like hunting food or like, you know, survival. We don't have to survive now. We're in the modern day. Our biggest problem is like writing an essay or being addicted to YouTube or not having a girlfriend. It seems really bad at the time, but actually when you zoom out, you realize that, hey, actually, life is just about solving problems. And the more I hate the reality of what life is, the worse it's going to become. So you can either hate the fact that you're always going to be solving problems, or you can embrace it. Now, I'm not saying like, oh, if you're going through a horrible time, just like accept it, you know? Like you're with a toxic friend, or just accept it. No, if you can change your circumstance, you know, 100% do that. But I'm talking about when you can't change your circumstance. You know, you can't end exams sooner. You can't get a girlfriend faster, for example, if you're trying your best. Then you may as well accept it and enjoy the problem-solving process. So yeah, this is just a realization that I had, that I always have. I always have this realization. I keep thinking to myself like, yeah, when this happens, then I'll be happy. Or I think, okay, when this is over, then I can start doing the thing that I truly want. Like a couple days ago, I also hit 1,000 subscribers, which is amazing. Like that's a pretty high number. I'm like, my mind is blown, not gonna lie. But do you think like I was super happy and super hyped and like my life changed? No, I was happy for like, you know, I was happy for like an hour, 2 hours. And then back to reality, back to the problems in my life. Because like reaching a goal, reaching some turning point in your life, again, it's like a shot of heroin or like a puff of weed or something. Like it feels good for a bit, and then you're back to reality, back to solving problems. So you may as well embrace the process. I always go through this realization all the time. I realize that I keep essentially postponing my happiness. I'm like, okay, I can't be happy until this happens. I can't be happy until I get this. You're essentially trapping your happiness and not letting it go. Why not just be happy, you know? I know it sounds like really wishy-washy, like just be happy. But, you know, I'm sure you get the idea of what I'm trying to say. So yeah, see you later.